What's up, traders? So, yeah, we struggled today. We went 0 for 2, ended up with a red day, and to be completely honest, could have been an amazing green day, but our emotions got the best of us, and so let's just get to it. Real quick, traders, before the live trades, you can hear the frustration in my voice. It was very frustrating today, but something changed. There was not changed, but something I realized, and that is that I caught myself not revenge trading, not emotionally trading, and to me that's a win in my book. So even though today was a red day, there is a positive to take away from this, and that's the fact that we didn't try to continue trading when we realized that we were in an emotional state that we shouldn't be trading in. So there is a win in there. So with that said, here's the live trades. JMIA looking nice here. Would love to see this through 19. Let's give us that little move through 19. Be looking to come all the way back down to that previous resistance at 1850 area. There we go, 19. There we go. We're through. Nice. We're going to try to get short on the ask. We got it. 1910. There's our line that we had drawn on the daily popping in onto the chart itself. 1982. Or it's just 1980 area. Looking for this to come back down through 19. See this quite often. You see the whole dollar pop, and then you'll get the shove back down through. If we can get back down through, we might actually look to add to this. Coming down now, testing it. Nice, we're through. Just gonna watch what it does here. If it fails 19, fails to get back through, probably look to add here. Then put our stop right at high of day. Just try 19 again. It's through. If it fails here, we're gonna add. Yep, we're gonna get the add there. Put our stop in, or take profit and our stop right there. So now either it works or it doesn't. Brings our take profit way up, which is nice. We're not looking for much, but unfortunately it went right back through 19. And looks like we might have bottom ticked that candle. A little bit of a fake out, okay. And I was gonna say it didn't stop us out right away, but okay. So we read that one wrong. Yeah. BLNK right off the scanners here, looking for closer to 15. Nice, there we go. I'd love to see this pop through 15. Struggling. Gonna give it a sec. It's not elevatoring right back down. Oh yeah, we're gonna get short there. Feels like it was gonna fail. I was hoping it wasn't gonna do what it did there, because it looked like it might still try 15, but it did not. Actually ended up with a pretty small share size here. We were looking for that move through 15. I didn't adjust the share size accordingly. As you can see, we'd have to get all the way down to 1431 for our take profit. See what it does. Might look to do what we did on JMIA and get an add to bring that up. Got pretty spready here. Trying to choose a direction. It's having trouble breaking through this 70 area. If we can get through, we're probably going to get a little bit of a pop down. There it is. And I don't like how it's struggling to when it's breaking these key areas. It's not really flushing. It's just it's struggling to push down. It's fighting. Whereas when it comes back up, it's just kind of moving up naturally like that. You know, it's fighting for 5 cents and then it just pushes back up 10 cents. It's not what you like to see. Put the stop in high of day. Okay. This clearly does not want to go lower. I mean, it's at all-time highs here. I mean, if it wants to go through 14.95, we're definitely not interested because it's definitely going to go to 15. Let's try to break down oh, okay. We didn't get stopped yet. Okay, there it is. All right, well, thankfully we got stopped because I got a feel. Yep, that thing squeezed out of nowhere. You could tell that thing was just struggling. It did not want to go down. It was just did not want to go down. Looking to short NKLA here. Gonna try to feel the top here through 26. It's a little extended. It's been grinding all morning, but looks like it might be squeezing a little here. See if we can get up there towards 26.50. It is jiggling here. Give it a sec. Feels like it wants to go higher. Nope. Oh, whoa. What? Oh, man. Too late to hit the button. Fuck. Are you serious? Look at this thing. What kind of drop is this? Look at it go. All right, traders, as you can tell, a bit of a frustrating morning. If you didn't catch it from the intro, I'll continue it into the outro, the recap here. But NKLA was definitely something. As you can see, the montage actually still has shares loaded. And get rid of that. That was a bit of a frustrating one. We were ready to hit the button. It felt like I've, again, felt the jiggle tons of times at this point, and it really felt like it still wanted to go that little bit higher. You can't predict news. You can't predict news. You can't predict when a huge offer or bid is just going to come and smash the price one way or the other. You can't predict that, right? So to me, it felt like it still wanted to go a little bit higher, and then out of nowhere, GM had released. I figured this out after the fact because obviously look at the volume here as well. It just absolutely something happened, and so I was like, there had to be news on that move. So I went and checked it out. Apparently, the reason NKLA was even going up was because GM had put NKLA on its website, and then at this exact moment, they released saying GM said that there is no news to report. There's nothing new to announce. And that is what caused this thing to absolutely go down. So that would have been amazing if this had gotten up to 26.50 area because we were ready to hit that button at that point. And then for it to make that flush, it would have been amazing to be a part of that. Unfortunately, we were not. And on top of that, it was already adding to the frustration of the JMI trade and the BLNK trade. So it was just an overall frustrating morning. And when that happened, I felt something inside me, and I've felt that feeling before, and it was the feeling that, okay, we should probably stop trading. Because in the past, it would have been like, okay, let's find something else to trade to make up for what I just didn't get on NKLA because now I'm upset. The two losers on JMIA and BLNK, we need to make that back. That would be the previous me. The new me has realized, look, those two losses were small. They were paper cuts. They just didn't work. NKLA, you didn't even take the trade. It's not a big deal. Just act like it didn't happen. Got to catch your emotions. I'm just now finally kind of getting over the emotional aspect that all of this morning has, given to me emotionally. You're going to hear that word a lot in this video, apparently. So I just want to get that across that no matter how far along you're in your journey, even Brian says it to this day, that the emotions are always going to be there. You just have to learn to deal with them. And I feel like every time a day like today happens, I'm getting better at that. I'm realizing what it feels like to be emotionally involved and for something to happen and it affect your emotions to the point where you know that you're not in your 100% zone to trade. So it's good to have days like this just as a good reminder. And if you can keep the losses small on a day like today and still get that valuable lesson, then I'm going to be pretty happy about it. So with that said, real quick, let's jump through JMIA. I feel like this one was a pretty standard trade. Put the line, previous resistance from pre-market highs, made a nice little run. I thought we nailed this trade, guys. I really did. It felt so good as it was happening. Got the 19 pop, pretty much top ticked it with our first entry. 1918 was the top. We got 1910, but obviously it looks like the top. It came back down through 19. It failed 19 a couple times there. We got an ad looking for it to come back down and at least get 50% of the move, which is about where it's at now. And it just didn't want to come down at all. As you can see, it wanted to go a little bit higher first, but our strategy says if we add on what we think is the backside, our stop becomes high of day right away. As you can see, we followed that rule. So A+ trade, right? Yes, hindsight says if we wouldn't have added here and we would have just tried to let it play out and then it went high of day, we could have either added here or just let it play out and it would have worked. Sure, you can look at it that way. That's hindsight trading. I'm not about that anymore. We're done with that. Of course, we can say we left money on the table, this and that, but we're all about just making sure that we follow our plan every single trade. That's what this is about. And as you'll see down here on BLNK, this one was a little bit tricky because this was all-time highs. And, it can get a little dangerous if you look at it. I mean, right there you can see the lines from the all-time highs. It bounced off of it yesterday quite a few times. But when you scroll in, this was a pretty extended move to get through those all-time highs. It came right up to that 15 area. It just did not want to get there. As you can see, it got to 14.95 and it failed. We were hoping to get to 15 for the same reasons on JMIA. We love those whole dollar pops. They tend to get a nice little pop through and then come back down and at least test it and try to get back down through. It's usually a pretty solid play. As you can see, we were right for a little bit on this one, but we were obviously expecting this to go back down through those all-time highs, but instead it used it as support and it went high of day, which pretty much is exactly what we said could happen. Like during the trade, we pretty much said that if it didn't want to come down and it went through 14.95, it was just going to continue because there was the whole dollar it had to still go through. It's at all-time highs. Those tend to like to extend a little bit further, but sometimes they'll poke through, act like they're going to go right, the fake out breakout, come back down through, and then we could have had room all the way back down to the lows here at 13.20 at that point. So I'm not upset about either of the trades I took today. They just didn't work. And then to add the NKLA where I would have been forced to take over a Q trade because it dropped that fast. That one was pretty cool to watch. Just unfortunate that we didn't actually get into it. We were so close to getting into it, but we didn't. So that's all I have for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would appreciate the support, especially today. I need it. Need that emotional support. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down in the comment section below. And we had some fun on the Discord today, guys. I think we had our biggest showing today in the Discord, just with having people in there talking, chit-chatting and stuff. And it's nice to have everyone in there. It really kind of gives the trade ideas, the flow of, if someone's looking for something, just showing our charts, win or lose, so that we can learn together and grow as a community. It's been really nice to see us growing in there. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. The link's down in the description below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.